a Greyshot 170 here.
And the obviously most important person in this room, Tally. Come on down.
All right, I mean that's fine.
I mean,
as long as it's not you.
It's me, Greyshot151, or Tyler, as you all know me, love me, or hate me, as GTA knows.
Cares. Anyway, so moving on.
No, this is my turn. Any case, moving on, we are going to Spider-Man: Homecoming, the newest Marvel film to release in the summer of 2017, excluding Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which technically is still in theaters. So, does Spider-Man come in with a solid? Does he swing into action, or does he just
fall flatter than Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
No, this movie's good. This movie's probably one of the
and it's made by Sony. I know.
This is probably one of the top 3 Spider-Man films. I know it's like, well, Greyshot. What does that mean? Well, that means it's better than all the Amazing Spider-Man films and Spider-Man 3. And
I'd say it's on par with Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1 has a special. It is a comic book movie.
We watched that as a kid a lot,
so we have a little bit of a bias.
But I agree, this Spider-Man is more of a, because you look at Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, and I like Tobey Maguire. I think his performance in the second movie is fantastic. But the problem in the first movie is he's supposed to play a high school kid. I never believed it was a high school kid.
I believed when he was a college student.
Okay, fine.
But even then, I think I liked his Spider-Man because the jokes worked. They felt normal in very much. This one, there were a few instances where it felt a little forced.
A bit.
But it still worked. He still felt like a friendly neighborhood
Tom
kind of
Holland is probably the most grounded Spider-Man to date.
Yeah.
And I like that. Again,
and I would also say the villain is the most grounded in the Marvel series.
So,
with Michael Keaton playing the Vulture. And that's not a spoiler if you've seen the costume, which is, by the way, freaking fantastic. Please, just pause the... Please, just pause the trailer and look at the Vulture setup. It is shocking how cool it looks on such a stupid villain. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the 90s TV show for Spider-Man.
Even Spectacular Spider-Man.
Even Spectacular Spider-Man. He was kind of goofy looking. It's an old man in, like, a buzzard outfit. But he looks pretty badass in this.
He looks fantastic.
He looks like a fighter jet fused with, like, it's a bird. But it still looks freaking
and
awesome.
There's some sequences where I'm like, oh, that's really, really, really cool. But... a couple things though, just a few tiny things about this movie is the fact that Tom Holland Spider-Man, fantastic.
Yes.
I'm very excited to see him in the future. His interactions with Tony Stark, Michael Keaton, every other character is great. I cannot say there was a bad character in this film. There was not a character I'm like, oh my god, it's detracted. If anything, this movie has me more excited for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for Spider-Man specifically, than any other movie. Here's my rationale. This villain is probably one of the top 3 best villains that Marvel has done. Mm-hmm. This, along with Ego and even Zemos and in Tom Hiddleston, they've been on a roll. Mads Mikkelsen's character, I know, I don't even recall his name, but I mean, I wish he would have been there, but he wasn't.
Degrading eyes guy, I'm pretty sure.
But Michael Keaton delivers it, and you feel bad for him. You understand him.
The opening really sets it up, and it opens with him, which I think was a smart move. And again, I think it's he's very compelling.
Also, possibly sets up a TV show, because they mentioned there's a show I think called Damage Control that's going to be released, and I think this was a setup for it. But I'm also just like, as soon as they say that Damage Control is also being funded by Tony Stark, and they have a line like, oh, so the guys who wrecked the place are making the most money off it. I'm like, oh, yeah. Damn, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. He's making a mint, and I know that from Daredevil, because how much money did they make from rebuilding the Bronx and all that?
Well, plenty. But no, yeah. Otherwise, in regards to side characters, the gentleman that plays Peter's best friend, Ned, is pretty funny. I don't think he's really a standout character. He has a few good lines, but nothing too out there. I mean, you have Happy Hogan returning, you got Tony Stark returning. They always bring their A game. You know the characters, you'll like them. Who else?
No, keep going. I can't wait to see this.
Like, I'll wait for something I'm going to say to the spoiler section, because it is kind of a spoiler.
Oh, yeah. The worst, do not watch the trailer. The worst thing I can say about this film is the trailer ruins 75% of the movie. And I wish I didn't know that.
There is 25% though that
is
really
fucking great.
fucking good. You don't see, and it's like,
yes, I was
holy crap.
Yeah, I'm sorry for swearing, but holy mackerel, there's a couple moments in here I'm just like, yes, and I was piecing it together, and I'm like, wait a second, they're not gonna go, and it's perfect. They also handle the fact that they don't tread too much on his backstory. We know how Spider-Man got his powers and everything.
There's a whole sequence of him just asking, so do you lay eggs? Do you he goes on this whole rant. So you have super strength.
His best friend does.
But what about this or that or this or this or this? And it's like
shut
up. Oh God, I remember how annoying kids are. Jesus. But yeah, no, overall, it's a very good movie. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, I think you'll love this. And I think the story is, for the most part, you know where it's gonna go. But it does have a few twists and turns, and that I appreciated. It didn't I will say though, on critiques, there's a iconic Spider-Man moment toward the latter half of the movie. I think could have used a little bit more. That could have used a little bit more polish along with the special effects.
There's a lot of shots that they kind of. Go ahead.
Oh, so basically, yeah, the CGI is a little bit wonky. There are a few shots or sequences that need a little bit more polish.
I like how they did although the score was pretty good, and I did like they do include the original Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man.
It's actually pretty catchy.
Yeah, and they actually do it really damn well.
It's like a full orchestra. But here, we're gonna hold all the rest of it to the spoilers, which will be real quick. So yes, go see this movie.
Recommended.
Yeah.
It's like 4 out of 5 stars, and we would say probably a very good rating.
It's not
up there.
It's not spectacular.
Yes.
But I would say, and it's not amazing.
Although they do have amazing Spider-Man in a YouTube logo, which I find funny. There's also all sorts of Easter eggs, which is great. But in any case, we'll get to that in spoilers. Go check it out. We're on to spoiler section, so spoilers. Spoiler warning above.
Michael Keaton be a badass.
Oh my God, I love him in this film.
Michael Keaton is, again, he really sells the villain, and again,
and he doesn't die. He does not die. I was like, wait a second, is there another Marvel villain that they have not outright just killed? And
Loki.
Like Abominable, and who else?
Loki.
Zemos. Okay, Zemos.
Maybe Ego? No, not Ego.
I mean, like, side villain, like in,
Thanos!
They haven't fought Van. I'm just saying, like, majority of them are died.
Kinda.
I was happy that he did not die. Plus, he actually is set up. So, in the movie, there's a deal that goes down. He's essentially stealing, old alien tech that, or not old, but alien tech from the invasion.
And the Tinkerer basically turns into weapons and stuff, which is really cool.
Which is also, like, he survived. He made it through.
Yeah, Tinkerer's still fine.
Yeah.
And my guess is in the sequel, you're probably going to see him
break out.
Yeah, but
this sets up, again, there's a thing where this movie is Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's like, but they done right. Like, they introduce a villain and quickly kill him off when he starts being a dick, and it's like, okay, you're dead. And he shows, like...
There's a guy that's okay, this is a spoiler. Yeah. But there's a guy that basically says, yeah, I'm the Shocker. Yeah, see this thing? Isn't badass. And he's like, oh my God, he shouldn't
Shut up.
Shut up.
It's like, I'm not going to listen to you.
And he dies. And the guy's like, well, that was an accident.
Yeah, it's actually a complete accident.
It's a complete accident.
But it's awesome.
And he's like, congrats. And like Michael Keaton toss it, you're the Shocker now, bud. And you're like, it works.
All right.
Because he even gets like the suit detail, like it has that patchwork, which is like Shocker. And damn, was that gauntlet satisfying to see, just flipping buses and stuff. Yeah. Which I did not expect. That was a nice surprise. There's also a sequence, spoilers, Michael Keaton turns out to be the father of the girl that Peter is going to homecoming with, Liz. And you don't see it coming because she's African American. And you immediately, my mind was like, how? Okay, they're just picking. When I saw Michael Keaton, I'm like, oh, he tracked him down. Like, he figured out Peter Parker. He kidnapped the girlfriend, and now he's in the house, and he's going to be like, yeah, so you mess with my business, and you mess with my family, but instead, you get this nice reveal of he's being an asshole because he's being the asshole dad. He's doing that shtick. Yeah. And slowly he realizes
it's like
Peter Parker.
So Peter, was it scary on the elevator? No, he wasn't there. Really?
And then he was like, yeah, he bailed on the event as well in DC, and it's like, Really?
Interesting.
And he puts it together because he has both sides.
Yeah.
He can figure
He
it out.
knows what happened with him, and it's like, wait, so Peter was here
at the same time you were, and he protected you.
And your voice sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's like because he could recognize the mask. And the last note I will say is Michael Keaton is not just a cold-blooded killer. Like he's you saved my daughter's life.
He will kill.
I owe you.
Yeah.
And he has a gun in his hand, basically behind a chair, and he's like, I'm not killing you now. We're even. Now go take my daughter, have a good night. Not a good one, though. Not a great one. Just a good one. And never cross paths with me again. Like, basically, it was... there were 10 minutes.
Yes.
This movie is by far the best sequence. Okay. What the Spider-Man 2 did with the train, this did with tension. Yeah. And it works so well.
Oh, and it counterfeits like a guy taking a girl out and just having that stern talk.
Plays with it so well. Also, what I will notice is this movie, it felt the most as if they were trying to put in a diverse cast. Yeah. But by this revelation, everything made sense. Because you don't... Like... MJ's in this movie, and she's not a redhead. Yeah. And again, as long as you nail the character, that's all that matters. Yeah. Harry Osborn is in this, and Peter has other friends.
Although to be
perfectly
fair,
makes sense.
Avengers Tower is cleared out. So my theory is that Avengers
Norman
Tower
Osborn is going to
will become essentially Norman Osborn, Oscorp's tower. Yeah. Which I cannot wait to see the Oscorp logo on the Avengers Tower. That's gonna sting for a lot of people. But and I can't wait.
And they're gonna please tell me say Sony underneath of it. Oh, that'd be so great.
Sony has taken the Avengers Tower.
Take it back, internet. But no. This movie then uses that. You're like, this doesn't feel right, and then you're like, oh,
there's
that's
a moment,
what they did.
But there's a moment where her name's Liz, and it's just like, wait a second, she's being too nice. And I'm like, okay, as a villain, she can't be doing something negative to Peter. So that's Flash, who's a dick.
Flash is just a dick.
Oh, it was a great dick, by the way.
Penis Parker! Like... Or when Peter Parker, Spider-Man steals his car. That felt so good. But again... They're all not who they're... Again, perfectly fine. But their characters are what match.
This fits more like an actual school.
And Flash also, he fits like... He's not a bully. He's just that asshole in class.
Dick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's that dick. He's like the guy that you like... He's not bullying
a smart talker.
But he's just like an asshole.
Also, we should probably mention Tony Stark has a really good father-son moment, multiple moments with Peter.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for, you did a good job in DC. What the hell are you doing? Like, it was the... Or there's an ending shot. The last spoiler I will say is Pepper's back.
Yep, Pepper's back.
Pepper gives one of the best jokes. It's like...
Oh, we should also mention that Happy is essentially Spider-Man's, manager.
Liaison,
yeah.
And he's so good. But there's a moment where she's like, I just got 50 reporters. What am I supposed to do? It's like, well, we gotta tell him something. Think of something. And then immediately, Happy pulls out an engagement ring. Like, hey, how about this? He tosses it to Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man.
No, they asked her, like, why do you have that? It's like, I've had it since 2008.
And it was like, yeah. It was so good.
But again, it's just like, they fit a lot of this. And also, there's the Iron Spider outfit or something along those lines.
The Iron Spider, yeah. Basically, Tony designs... Even though he designed this suit, think of even a more
awesome.
Think of Iron Man fusing with Spider-Man, and that is the Iron Spider. He can fly and do all sorts of stuff. I'm not sure about web. I think it should have web, but I'm not sure about what else it can do. Yeah. But it is pretty badass, and I think that might have been the one used in Civil War when he reveals himself to the public. I don't know. I think. But in any case, it's pretty badass, and it's like, oh my god, please have Iron Spider in Avengers. That'd be so cool.
Also, it's kind of a step because it's just like, this is a moment where it's like, he reveals him to the public. As an Avenger, you have to, I'm assuming you have to.
Yeah, because the Sokovia.
So it's like, in this situation, he's not revealing himself. He's still Spider-Man. Yep. Still hanging out, being a good...
He's not an Avenger, quote-unquote. Yeah.
He still has his original suit back, and the one that Tony gave him. He just doesn't have the Iron Spider suit. Although that's on standby, so maybe for Avengers Infinity War.
Spider-Man did save all of Tony's shit. Like, Hulkbuster.
They literally kind of like
Thor's magic belt. What?
Yeah. and a bunch of stuff. Like there's a treasure trove in this movie of just awesome Avengers stuff. But one thing that, again, no one is going to get but me, but there's a certain character that pops into this film. Okay, for those who don't know, it's the same actor who plays Voss in Far Cry 3. He's also in Orphan Black, and he's popped up here and there. He's actually was in Better Call Saul as well.
And he stars a minor role in this film, which is kind of disappointing. But they basically...
That's why I think, as soon as I saw him, like, there's something up about this. Because
and then
I don't think you would give this guy a tiny role. And then, at the very end, during the end credit scene... They
basically say,
so,
hey, remember this guy?
Yeah.
He's probably going to be back.
So, Keaton's in jail, or, like...
Because Spider-Man saves him, and Keaton's basically doing the honorable, like... You save me, I'm not going to rat you out. He's a thief with. He's basically a criminal with honor.
Or he wants to get him back himself. But anyway, he knows who Spider-Man is. He figured it out.
Honestly, I think he might have been. You saved my life, and he's kind of like, I owe you.
I wouldn't.
I think he's going. I think he's going to give. I think he's talking. I think he's playing the top because the one thing again, his whole note is about family.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that if he goes trying after Spider-Man, he's not going to win, and he's probably going to lose his family more.
Yeah.
So I think he's actually going to warn Spider-Man. I actually think in the next one he's going to turn into like an anti-hero. I think he's going to help Spider-Man. So maybe even if it's a minor role, I think he's going to help.
Yeah.
Or he's going to play the double agent, fight Spider-Man, and then help him in the end. Which would be so awesome if they do. By the way, I've never been happy for an allusion to Sinister Six than this movie because you have currently 3 villains and
Trickster, Vulture.
No, not Trickster. You have the Tinkerer.
Sorry.
Which technically isn't a villain. He designs weapons, but I mean, you could make one. Tinkerer. You have Shocker. Vulture.
Which, by the way, 3 villains, and you do it correctly. Congratulations. You broke the Spider-Man curse.
4. Scorpion.
It's funny how in the 3rd movie they have 3, in the 2nd movie of Amazing they had 3, and now in this movie they have 3, but they're all done right.
Congrats.
Nice job. Well, it's like you needed Marvel to figure that one out, Sony.
But in any case,
you got time to talk. I'm talking. Here's my thing. In any case, what possibly could he be? And you didn't even see that. He has a scorpion tattoo along his side. So if he gets to be Scorpion, and then his crew are getting out, you know what would be awesome if that wasn't even the Tinkerer? What if you could just add 4 extra tendrils on his back and he turns into Doc Ock? As the head architect of the Sinister Six.
No.
Maybe.
No. You want to know why?
Why?
There's only one person that, other than Doc Ock, no, because they wouldn't pick a villain that they've already done. Can I make a counterpoint?
Sure.
You know who that would be if it's not Tinkerer?
Huh.
Who have they
They
also
already have Shocker. They have him, so they have 3 main...
Who's also on the Sinister Six?
Please let it be Mysterio.
That's immediately what I was thinking.
I want it to be
Mysterio has come.
I like the...
Fear, mortals, for my power is overwhelming.
The Spider-Man video game is where I like him the most from, because he's just this pompous jackass, but... The biggest reason why that is literally a CGI movie would be perfect. He could literally create anything, and with CGI you can do it, and it would do people. It would be awesome.
Watch him summon a cat before your very eyes.
As my cat's here, you can have Black Cat.
You could, yes.
And then finally, this whole like supervillain team up to target Spider-Man specifically would be also a good counterpoint to the fact...
No, they're not going to do Black Cat because they're Black Cat's and they're doing.
Let's hope.
Silver and Black Cat, which could be awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
And
Black Cat was
I think that one's farther down the line. But my big thing about this, the reason why I love this idea is also Aunt May now knows who Spider-Man is. That is the last line of the movie, is her saying, "What the fuck?" And literally she finds out who Spider-Man is.
And with that, we're going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen.
And I cannot wait, because that could be personal for him, and then now he's fighting all these supervillains.
Yep.
I want to see this. Anyway, it's a very good film. Highly recommend it. There are some issues with it that we did find, but overall we do recommend it.
Yep. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next time where we do a review of...
Dunkirk?
Dunkirk, yes.
So, thanks.
Should be, at least. Anyways, later, guys.